Hi, fifth graders. First of all, please be extra respectful to the substitute teacher today. I have high expectations. I know you guys are great kids and that you can handle it, but be extra super respectful. Thank you. So what we're going to start today is using colored pencils to color in your fantasy animal. You need to be done drawing your fantasy animal on your cream colored paper, the good paper. If you aren't to that step yet, please ask the substitute teacher for the cream colored paper. When you are coloring, keep in mind that you can use fantasy colors or you can use the realistic colors of the animal. Before you start, however, I'd like you to take into consideration whether your animal has fur, feathers, scales, hair, that sort of thing, so that you're using the appropriate texture for the animal. So for my animal, I have a panda, owl, shark. And I think I'm going to use the colors from an owl to do my entire animal. Now this is up to you if you want to use, like I said, the realistic colors or not. It's your idea. You are welcome to, and I would highly suggest using one of your sketches to practice your coloring techniques to make sure that you're happy with them before you start on your real paper, because colored pencils don't erase very well. So for my animal, I am going to use, like I said, the colors of an owl. Now, I don't actually have the colors of the owl. If you want to look them up, feel free to use the computers off to the side of the room, or you can use the iPad. Please take turns and be respectful about it. But you could also make them up as you'd like. So for my owl, on my actual owl picture, I have some scales, feathers to use to help me out. So I'm going to color my owl as though it has feathers. Now I didn't draw all these feather details on there first because I figured it would be easier to just go ahead and do them with my colored pencils, but you need to decide what is going to be best for you. Now we're using cream colored paper, so if you have white areas, you do need to color them in with white. So the feathers kind of blend in on the edges, so when I color them in, I'm going to make my colored pencils blend in a little bit on the edges. And sorry, it seems like it's a little hard for you to see the different colors. But what I'm not doing is just coloring in the entire page in one color. So I'm paying special attention to the fact that I have feathers. Now if you had scales, you would do this differently. If you have fur, so I'm going to do fur on my panda face just to give you an idea of what fur could look like. You can draw it as tiny little hairs, just like we did on our picture of Mr. Apple when we did the eyebrows and the hair. You actually want to use tiny little lines. So the outside of mine, I did draw a dark line just so you could see it, but you don't want it to just be a dark outline. Do not, absolutely do not outline in marker or Sharpie, because that's not realistic at all. Real life is not outlined. But you can do small little dashes to do a furry edge. If you want to do something that is not a certain texture, like the shark might not have as much texture on it, you can just color straight, regular coloring. That's fine. This should take you more than just the class period today, so please take your time on this, do an extra neat job on it. Remember when you're doing colored pencils that you can blend two colors in together, you can mix the colors together a little bit, but do not just scribble. You want to cover your entire picture with color. Don't worry about the background for now. I'd like you to just worry about the animal itself. All right, good luck, and I hope all goes well, and like I said, extra good behavior today. Thank you guys. See you next week.